Yo, fam, if you haven't checked out AnthonyManaya.com, you guys are slacking. You slacking. AnthonyManaya.com. Sign up for my daily journals. Great way to start the day. If you're looking for daily inspiration, I'm telling you, this is content I don't share with the world. AnthonyManaya.com. AnthonyManaya.com. Sign up for my daily journals. Get access to it. $5 a month. $5 a month for daily journals. I'm just waiting, fam, for a couple of people to jump on, and we'll get into it. Morning. It's Friday. Today's Friday. So what's the move for today? What's the move? Where's our mentality today, right? What are we focused on? What is our intentions for the day? What is our direction of the day? What is our purpose? What is our passion? The hardest thing for one to do is create their passion and purpose in life, right? That's the one thing that most people are struggling with. And we're talking about, and here's how it impacts all areas of your life. Talking about creating a life that you don't want to escape from. Creating a life that you do not want to escape from. Waking up every single day with direction, with problems you're looking to solve, value you're looking to provide for this world, right? When that's not there, when there is no real passion, when there is no real purpose, when there is when there is nothing that you're looking forward to on the day-to-day, no goal, no intention, no direction, no excitement about life itself, then what happens to the mind, right? Think about this. What happens? One becomes dull. One loses interest in life, right? One doesn't have the energy. One doesn't have the urgency, the intensity, right? They're searching for the most comfortable thing, the most easiest thing, the most secure thing. But every time you get that, what happens? You hold on to that, and then what happens? You feel like something's incomplete. There's something more. It's got to be something more. This can't just be it, right? I can't just work a job for 20 years of my life, 40 years of my life, and retire when I'm 70, 80 years old. And what am I doing? What am I really doing? Okay, I'm going to school, but why? I'm working this job, but why? I'm making these moves, but why, right? One of the hardest things for one to do is to create their mission and purpose in life. Now, that's your responsibility. How do you do that? How do we get to a place where we see so clearly to the point, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm interested in? And you can't fake this either, right? You can't fake it. You can't fake it, fam, because when you're all in on something, you're all in, right? In everything that you do. When you're all in, there is no hesitation. There is no faking it. You can't fake that. When you're inspired by life, you can't fake that. People try to artificially create this motivation, or they try to artificially, just create an environment where, I'm going to inspire myself and I'm going to grow and I'm going to succeed, and this mindset that they try to cultivate. But when it's in you, when you want to get clear, when you want to become aware, when you want to reposition your life, there is no stopping you. There is no stopping someone who wants to become clear or who wants to understand. More importantly than anything else, someone who wants to understand. I want to understand, why do I make the moves that I make? I want to understand why I'm in the position I'm in. I want to understand. I'm interested. And because you're interested, you would do whatever it takes. Right? So faking it. You can't teach passion. And that's one thing that you can't teach. You can't teach that. You can't teach passion. You can have all the things lined up in place, but you can't teach passion. You can't teach real interest. So how do you create that? How do you create that? Within yourself, within your life, how do you create that? How do you formulate that? It's an interesting question, right? A lot of people have answers for it. Try different things. Try this, try this. I think the number one thing one can do for themselves, right? The number one thing one can do for themselves is get clear, right? Get clear. Understanding the problems in the mind. The problems in the mind that blind us from ever seeing what is passion and what is purpose, right? How can we give our life, all of us, to something? To a relationship, to a business, to a project, to anything if we don't even understand ourselves, if we don't even give ourselves, all of us, to ourselves. We don't understand our mindset. We don't understand our mindset. We don't understand the moves we've been making up to this point. We don't understand the position we put ourselves in. How can we give ourselves to someone else? How can we give ourselves to anything, to the world, if we're not even all in on ourselves? We're not interested. Hey, I got all these problems in the mind that I don't understand. I got a lot of shit going on in my life that I leave unaddressed. I'm not really interested. However, I want passion, I want love, I want purpose. It's like, okay, that starts with you, right? Starts with you, starts within here. We're going deep into the mind and going in that shit and not lying to yourself, because the easiest thing you can do is lie to yourself. The easiest thing for a human being to do is lie to themselves. Delusional at its highest level. But how do you know if you're delusional or not? If you see the world through the eyes of these artificial lens, right? Always looking to see things in the way you want to see it rather than what it actually is. Trying to be positive. The word trying and the word positive. I'm trying, Anthony. I'm trying. There is no trying. You're either doing or not doing. And instead of labeling it positive or negative, what if we just looked at life itself and we looked at the situation for what it is without labeling it good, bad, right, or wrong, positive or negative? What if we just addressed it? We saw it for what it was. We saw it for what it actually is. And we look to understand it. Then there's clarity. Then you're not delusional, right? Because you're getting slapped in the face with the facts and how brutally honest the facts are. And it's only brutal because you've lied to yourself for so long, right? You've lied to yourself for so long. Convince yourself, this is what I'm doing. This is this. Delusional. And the facts slap you in the face when you finally see it. Oh, shit. I've been lying to myself. Clarity when it comes to the mindset. To be clear, to be aware. To see yourself for who you actually are. That right there it's powerful, man. There's no stopping you. There's no stopping you. Because you wake up every single day with the direction of knowing. I know myself. I understand myself. I understand what's going on, right? I understand that it doesn't matter what happens. What matters most is how I respond. I understand that I have full control over how I respond to whatever comes my way, how I react to whatever happens in this world. Everybody's labeling things good. Everybody's labeling things bad. Everybody's labeling things positive. Everybody's labeling things negative, while you are looking at things for what it actually is. What's going on and why? What's going on and why? What's going on and why? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Okay, cool. And what's the driving force behind that? There's clarity in understanding the driving force behind that, rather than labeling it, because then you limit yourself. Create this life where you're limiting yourself from seeing what is and only seeing, I want to see the positive things in life only. So you're like this, while everything over here you're ignoring. So you don't have an accurate outlook on life. You don't, because I'm only seeing the world through these lenses, through my perspective only. That's all I want to see, because I don't want to see myself. Anything negative, get those conversations away from me. You hear that all the time. But what if you just listen to the conversation? You say, yo, where's this coming from? What is this? What is this? Where's this coming from? Why is one interested in seeing the world that way? Like, why? I'm just interested. Why? Where's that come from? Because there's deep levels of conditioning. Deep levels of conditioning since birth. Your environment, culture, beliefs, everything about you creates the world you see. So now we're looking at it, and you see a whole bunch of people lying to themselves every single day. Talking about, I want more love, more passion, more purpose, more this, more this. It's like, how can you see clearly? How can you see the problems of the world if you're not addressing the problems within? How can you provide value to this world in a real way where you wake up every single day with passion, with love, with gratitude if you're not clear, if you're clouded, blind, and delusional? How? And again, how do you know all this? It's because when you're walking and you're walking towards a direction, you can't run away from the conflict that's in your mind at all times. Being pulled multiple directions all the time, psychologically. Oh, this way, this way, oh, this. So you're moving. You're trying to move straight, right? Because again, there is no trying yet. You're trying to try. You're trying, right? I'm trying to go this way. Either you're doing it or you're not. So you're headed towards this direction, and then psychologically you're pulled in multiple directions. How can you see clear? How can you see the direction you're going? Is this making sense? Are you guys getting this? Give me these emojis if you get this. Give me that double hand emojis if you're following. If you're not following, I get it because you got a lot of shit going on. But if you're following, give me that emoji, those emojis. How can one be clear if they're psychologically divided on the day-to-day? How can one be clear? How can one move with passion, love, and purpose if they're psychologically being pulled in multiple directions? How can one see clear if they're not interested in themselves? Yeah, I'm not interested in myself. I'm just seeing what I want to see. I'm seeing the world based on what I want to see. Not what it actually is, but based on what I want to see. What I want to see. I want to see it this way. I want to see it that way. I want it to be my way. And anybody who goes against my reassuring ways of being, right? Because I'm looking for reassuring truths and beliefs and all these things. Anybody who goes against that, I'm gonna fight for that. Instead of observing it all, being above it all. Because when you're above it all, you can see, oh shit, look at the conflict. Look what's going on. So for one to be clear, to one to move with passion, for one to understand themselves, got to address the problems in the mind. You got to address the problems in the mind that you don't understand. You got to reposition your life and put yourself in a situation to be clear. Take ownership, take control of your situation. But how do you do that if you live in fear? Right? How do we do that if we live in fear? How do we do that if we live in conflict every day? How do we do that if we live with limitations every day? How do we do that? How do we move in that direction if there's conflict within ourselves every day? Unwilling to invest in ourselves, unwilling to invest the time, energy, resource, money in ourselves, unwilling to move with serious interest in ourselves. Saying, oh, that's for other people. That's not for me. Not valuing every single move and every single decision that you make. You know how that is? Not valuing every single move. It doesn't matter this food I eat. It's just, so what? I want it. I crave it. So what? Instead of looking at that and say, what happens when I put this into my system? Every time I eat this food, what happens? Oh, I wake up the next day feeling sluggish, tired, confused. Of course. Makes so much sense, right? Every time I have these type of weekends, oh, it's Friday today, as I record this video. It's Friday. Every time I go out those Friday nights, every time I go out those Saturday nights, when I don't understand myself and when I'm lost and confused, what happens? What happens? I wake up the next day, life feels meaningless. I wake up the next day, oh, I'm sluggish, tired, still confused, problems still there, haven't addressed it, problems still exist. What happens when I have these conversations with these people? What happens? What happens to my mind? What happens when I drink soda and I drink all these things? Not that it's good, bad, right, or wrong. That's bad for you. Don't eat it. No. Because again, we're always looking to label things. Don't do this. This is bad for the world. This is bad for your body. No. What happens when you put it into your system? What happens when you make these moves? You get a certain result. And that results reveal the truth. The results, you're like, oh shit, I did this. I got this result. Do I want that result? How do I feel? Why do I feel so sluggish and lost, confused? Why? Why am I like, bleh? I'm unwilling to do what's most uncomfortable. I want the most comfortable thing. I'm unwilling to do what makes more sense for my body and mind. I'm unwilling to do those things. So because of that, I'm clouded. I create my own distraction. And then I look to get myself out of this distraction. Yo, why you not focused on, there's a lot going on, I'm just too distracted. It's like, okay, who creates this distraction? Me or you? Everybody around you? Or is it you? I have no intention to understand this problem. I'm lost, confused. I'm not willing to do what's best for my body and mind. Or what's most healthiest for my body and mind. So you know what I do? Create all these distractions. And these distractions create a certain result in my life. So is it a distraction when you prioritize it? That's the question. Is it a distraction if you prioritize it? If you're looking at things and you say, yo, I want this to be in my life because it helps me run away. So the goal is to run away, or is the goal to address? Like, what are we doing? Are we running away or are we addressing? Because if we're running away, then it all makes sense. If we're searching for temporary pleasure, temporary happiness, it all makes sense. It makes sense why one would make these moves, because these moves are most comfortable, right? These moves are most pleasurable. Does something to me. I do it in a moment of pleasure. But then after I feel dull, after I feel sluggish, after I feel just lost, confused. Why? Why is that? Why is it that I stay in this environment with these conversations, with these ways of being? Psychologically, I'm seeing things psychologically, right? Meaning, seeing things psychologically, just someone walk by. Just a conversation you overhear. All of that formulates how you view the world. Isn't that interesting? Anthony, stop. It's not that serious. Stop. Come on. It's not that serious, Anthony. What are you talking about? Like, I can hear something and then what you allow will continue. What you settle for, you deserve. Right? We settle for certain things. We're watching people move. We're watching people make decisions. We're listening to certain things. Look at your environment that you're in. Look at the environment. Look around. Look at the things that you allow to be without even thinking about it. Hey, I just allowed this to be this way. Just because. What is that doing to you, right? Does one have the energy to even see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you guys who are listening to this right now. I'm saying on its own, a mind on its own, making moves. Does it have the energy to even see things in a detailed way, right? Does it have the energy? Does it have the time? Does it have the curiosity? For most, they don't, right? For most, they don't have the time. They don't have the energy. They don't have the interest. That's why everything goes over their head. It's just moving. I'm looking for survival. I'm in survivor mode. I'm looking for the next pleasurable thing. I'm looking for the next thing to make me feel good for this moment. I just want to feel good. So now you're making moves in moment to moment, not interest in understanding yourself, not interest in taking the position you're in and repositioning yourself, moving things around, making those decisions you know you need to make, repositioning your life. creating something new, putting an end to something to begin something new. We're not willing to do that because that's intention. That's understanding. That's clarity. That's moving with intention. Yo, I'm taking responsibility for the situation that I put myself in. I am the one who's going to take it and redirect it and head towards a different direction, right? I'm gonna take this position, reposition myself, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna change course. I'm going this way because I've been doing this cycle forever and justifying why. Justifying why? Oh, I'm justifying it. I'm justifying the situation. All these things in place. All these things I've accepted about myself. All these limitations that I live within. Small little box trying to survive psychologically in this world. It's like, okay, what am I doing? So look, as it bounces off, right? So I'm living within these limitations. My thoughts are caged up. My thoughts are limited. My interest is not there. How am I able to create my own passion and meaning to life? How? If I'm not even interested in myself. I'm not interested in my problems in my own mind. Because how you do everything is how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So if I'm not interested in myself, then how can I be interested in you? I'm not interested in you, right? How? Because I don't see clearly. I don't know. I'm just, let me just go out tonight. I don't know. Just want to enjoy life. It's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Because I think the best thing one can do to enjoy life is to be clear. Now you're enjoying that time. Those Friday nights without conflict. Those weekends where you're resting and you're relaxing. No psychological conflict. I know what I'm doing. When you look forward to Monday mornings and you look forward to the week, because every single moment of your life, there's clarity, there's awareness, there's direction. I know what I'm doing with myself. I'm moving towards this direction. This is the place that I want to live. I'm going to work towards going there. This is the car I want to drive. I'm going to work towards going there. This is where I want to be in my life, and I'm going to work towards going there. That right there is just another level of awareness, right? That, again, can't teach passion. Just can't teach it. Can't teach it. Where does this come from? Does one become aware? We have these conversations right here, you and I having this conversation, regardless of how many people are watching or how many people are on. It's just you and I. We're having this conversation right now. And how do you spark that within you? Do you listen to this and see yourself for the very first time? Do you see your moves? Do you become aware of your moves? Do you stop observing from a perspective that says, oh, that's for someone else? And you start observing with the perspective that says, yo, what am I doing? Can I allow these words and go beyond them? Hear the words, go beyond the words. Meaning go beyond what is being said and see within my own self. Can I follow this process within my own self? Because if you're following the process within your own self right now, and as I speak, and you're going step by step within your own self, there's so much clarity in it. You're like, damn, these are the moves I'm making. And most people, what they do is judge it, right? They get anxiety, they get worried, they get anxious a little bit. They start moving in a certain way. They're like, fuck, the pressure's on, oh my gosh. And there's others who are observing it saying, okay, cool. I can influence the future with every move I make in the present moment. The future is now. The future is now. So what can I do now? This moment, this movement. Because it's a moment. What can I do in every single moment of my life to put myself in the best position? The best position meaning the position that makes sense for me. What do I need to do? How can I influence the future and influence those around me? How can I help others, right? How can I help others? What value do I want to provide? If I have no passion or purpose in this world, and this is what happened to me. At one point in my life, there wasn't so much drive. There wasn't so much passion. It wasn't so much energy. There wasn't so much urgency, which I explained in my journal entry today. Those of you who subscribe to my $5 a month journal, anthonymanaya.com, my Patreon, you'll see where that energy comes from. Wasn't always like that, right? Wasn't always like that. Wasn't always like that. There wasn't always drive. But what changed? What changed within me? I don't know what my purpose is, or I don't know what value to provide to this world, but what I do know is I need to understand myself. And once I became obsessed with that, I had a true interest in the understanding of oneself. I started becoming extremely clear on what it is that I want to do with the rest of my life, right? I knew that I'm going to create something. I'm going to create a life I don't want to escape from. I'm going to do whatever it takes, right? I'm going to do whatever it takes. But also I'm going to choose what it is that I want to do, and I'm going to go all in on that. And when it comes to the human mind, became obsessed. When it comes to life itself, became obsessed. Observed, researched, all these things that allow me to see things so clearly the way I do now, constantly questioning myself, constantly questioning life itself, constantly questioning the moves. Why? Because I'm interested. Not questioning in a way, why me? What is this all about? No. I'm interested. Why is this happening? Why is this? Why? Like, why? Why? I'm interested. And because I'm interested, there's energy, there's passion, there's purpose. I'm interested. I see you clearly because I know me. I see you because I know me. And because I know me, and the understanding of me is a never-ending game. It's a never-ending game. Because once you say, I know me for good, permanently, then you stop being interested. You stop seeing things from a different perspective, right? You start just, I know me already. I'm not questioning myself. No way. I know myself. And then you don't grow. Then you become delusional. Then you deteriorate. But when the understanding of yourself is a never-ending game, you move this way. You move. You challenge yourself. You challenge your thoughts. You challenge yourself at all times. You're like, yo, man, what am I doing? And those decisions that, wow, I can make one decision right now. Something like, hey, making your bed, right? Making your bed. Let's just use that as an example. There's that moment, yo, should I do this or should I not? And it's interesting how each decision is influencing the future towards a certain direction. It's like, yo, I can do this move or I cannot make this move, right? And it's all based on my character. It's all based on my mentality, my perspective on life, what I value, my priorities, what I see as important is going to determine if I make that decision or not. And whatever decision I choose is the same decision I would choose when it comes to the dishes. The same decision I would choose when it comes to throwing away the trash. Same decision I would choose when it comes to putting gas in the car. I'm just looking at little decisions that we just overlook, right? Taking a shower or whatever, we just overlook. When that is revealing who we actually are. The details of our life is revealing who we actually are. And if you're interested in yourself, if you're interested, you become aware of all these moves. Go to the gym or not go to the gym. Work out or not work out. Do what's best for my body and mind or not. And those decisions reveal who you actually are and your priorities and what's going to come. What you value as important. You guys feeling this morning? Give me some fire emojis. If you are loving this morning. Again, go to anthonymanaya.com. I'm doing one-to-one life coaching, fam. This is high-end life coaching. Go book your appointment. Also, go check out anthonymanaya.com, my Patreon for my journal, my daily journal. I don't know who's who's on here. But yo, listen, if you ain't signing up for my daily journal that will challenge your perspective every day, will get you to see things from a totally different point of view, daily inspiration on it's content I don't share with the world. It's content I don't share with the world. Go check that out. The link is in my bio. Sign up today, anthonymanaya.com. Go to my Patreon. You'll see it. Access my journal. Go check that out. Fire, fire, fire. Let me see that. You are awesome. You are more awesome. Thank you. Let's see this. We are always changing. There's no end in knowing yourself. There's never an end to the understanding of oneself. Started listening to your podcast. Awesome. I drop the All Moves podcast every Friday night. So there's a new episode coming out today, later today. Check that out. Got the All Moves podcast. I upload these videos on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to anthonymanaya.com. anthonymanaya.com. I'm interested to know who's gonna sign up for my journal, my daily journal, for some daily inspiration. I know there's a few people on here. What's my podcast? Podcast is called All Moves. All Moves. All Moves. That's my podcast right there. All Moves. You can check it out on Apple Podcasts, and you can also check it out on Spotify. I just did this morning. I was the first one. Okay, we got 2 members in my journal. Check out today's entry. Today's entry is really put my mind in the right place. Just the perspective. All right, fam. Yo, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Yo, have an amazing day. I will see you guys Monday. Again, I go live. I might go live later tonight. I know my late night lives. People love my late night lives. It's less, it's more organic in a way of. There's no direction on there. It's just I'm going on live. Here, there's a direction where I want people to get some value, start the day right. However, there's at late nights, it's just like, yo, listen, this is what's on my mind. This is what I've been thinking about. And after a full day of work, full day of moves, you get what you get. So, yo, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You have a great day. See you Monday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All Moves podcast drops today. Go ahead and check that out later tonight. Subscribe to my podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to anthonymanaya.com, my Patreon account. I love you guys. Take care, y'all. Peace.